next speaker really has survived the impossible during the lockdown. Not only did she go through a divorce and being made homeless, she's actually created new jobs for people in her community and achieved record sales. Please welcome Vicky Webster, the owner of Captain Cod in Christchurch.
Hello everyone, you alright?
Hi Vicky. So tell us about yourself and your shop.
So yes, I'm the owner of Captain Cod. I started working there when I was 13. This year will be 22 years in the same shop. So I took over when I was 19 and recently divorced. I ended up with the shop and the husband got the house. So this wasn't ideal because I was homeless with 2 kids and a cat. Someone was in the flat above in the chip shop, so I couldn't even move into that. I had to wait for that to be vacated. And the worst thing was the range was actually condemned, so I couldn't physically open up the shop until I got a loan. And when you're homeless, trying getting a loan is quite difficult. So with the help of my friend Leah, she pushed me and we got the shop back to where it should be. I got a bit of passion back as well. But we came to the convention last year and I remember Kelly talking about you need to go for it, just go for it. And Leah was like, oh, and I told you. So I was like, okay, we'll just go for it. So we designed our own app, got a website going. We started doing click and collect and deliveries. And this literally was probably about a month before the pandemic started. So we were all set up, ready for it. And that's when the journey began, really. I can't hear you, Ella.
I keep doing that, sorry about that. So other people have been reducing their menu for delivery, but you expanded yours. So how does that work?
Yeah, so I've never understood why people reduce menus. I think if people aren't able to get out, surely they would want more food or more variety. But you want them to come to you. So I actually increased it a lot. Christchurch is full of elderly people, so I knew they're not going to be able to get out. So I put on my app, and we even offered when people called up to sell potatoes, so we can sell the full bags or we just sell a little carrier bag. All of the products that we sell, we can give them not cooked. So I suppose it's like the food packages, like they were saying about. The main things that went were pies and things like that. We also, there was quite a few old people when they called up, they were like, oh, could you pop next door and get us some milk and put that in the delivery? So we did that as well. So we were helping all the shops. I remember Kelly saying about battered chips. So we started doing battered chips. And the main thing for me was I bought a separate gluten-free fryer. It was only £70, a little tabletop one. You could probably fit about 5 or 6 fish in it. But that was on the other side of the kitchen. And we added about 30 to 40 items for gluten-free. So this was, I know that I make a lot of my things in the shop myself, like pea fritters and fish cakes, onion rings. They're all made by me. And it's literally, why should people that have got problems with eating suffer and not get the nation's favourite fish and chips, you know? And so we added that as well. And then also in the summer, we were thinking, well, people want ice cream. So we contacted a local company and we do lots of ice cream now. And I'm quite surprised at how well they've actually gone through, even through the winter, they sell quite well. But it's always about keeping local. My newest thing is I've collabed with a guy who does pizza, wood-fire pizza. And it was our first attempt on Thursday and it was amazing. It was so busy. It was a success. But it's all about what's around you. What can you use that people are going to want, but they're going to buy it through you? So with the insurance for the local taxi companies, my friend actually owns a fleet of them. So we've used the local taxis to keep them in business. And yeah, we had had about 10 drivers on every night. It was that busy. So yeah, it's just increasing the whole menu has just increased our customers.
So those other businesses, they sell through your app and your website.
Yeah.
So essentially they kind of work for you.
Yeah, essentially, but we're helping them as well because we're getting their name out there. And the pizza guy, he just literally has a little tuk-tuk and he goes to different places where he's allowed to sell his food. So we've technically got some of his customers come to us and then they've started buying fish and chips as well. So it's about helping each other.
So it's a brilliant idea. You also partnered with a drive-in movie company. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, that was a scary thing because the lady said to me, "Oh, you're going to be feeding about 500 people a day for each session." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Just at the beginning of lockdown, we purchased a chip van. Never done anything like that before in my life. The cookers are so much more smaller. So I was thinking, how am I going to cope? I can't cook that many in this small fryer. But we got over it. We did it. It wasn't as crazy as it was. So if I explain to you, you go to this. We're pretty much in the middle of a field, and they have a massive screen. You're in your car with your family, and you can listen to everything through the radio. You download the app and you order food, and then we deliver it to the cars. So it was very cold, but it was really good. And this is where we met the pizza guy. So we were watching to see what people were ordering, and mainly it was his pizzas and our chips. So we were just thinking pizza and chips. Pizza, people always want, we saw on the previous thing, that pizza was the first thing that people were wanting to order. So we thought, oh, we might as well do that.
Brilliant. And you started offering free kids meals as well.
Yeah. So when it happened, when they weren't giving out the vouchers for the free children's meals, obviously being homeless and I've had to ask for help for people, I wanted to give back as much as I could. So I donated 100 children's meals and then I put it on Facebook and it hit like 15,000 likes within half a day. It just went crazy. All the customers were ringing up and asking, how can I help? I want to give you some money towards it. So we ended up putting a donate button on our app and a button where you can redeem it as well, just to help it out. We've also distributed some food to the local youth centres. So I'd go down, deliver to them, and then he would deliver it to the families that that needed it. And it wasn't just for people that were on benefits. I mean, this crisis has hit everyone. So I wasn't asking for, oh, you must prove that you're on benefits or you must prove this. It's anybody could be struggling and no child deserves to go hungry. So in one day we had over 100 donated. And we're still going on with that now. It's still on the app, so you can still donate and you can still have them. We just think this is going to go on for quite a while, so there are still people in need. And what I'm possibly looking at for the future is our local food bank to just give a children's meal voucher. So that a lot of people don't like to come and ask for it, but if you've got a physical thing and just say, this is what I want, then that might be a bit easier.
Sounds brilliant. And how did all these activities, all the partnerships with the pizza guys and the drive-in place and going online, how has it all affected your sales?
It's gone crazy. If you show a bit of kindness and you show that you support your local community and you want to generally help, we did in 3 months, we did a whole year's sales on the first lockdown. So I did furlough my staff at first. I was thinking, oh no, I can't have everyone in here. And yeah, within one day, we asked them to all come back. We went from doing 2,000 to 3,000 a week to up to 10,000 a week. And it was overnight.
Incredible. And what kind of advice would you offer to other shops?
I would start with your staff. Treat them like your family. My family disowned me quite a long time ago, so don't have a family around. So I treat my friends as my family. Hopefully, if you look after them, understand their problems as well, because we're all going through a lot of problems, they hopefully don't let you down. So I would start with your staff. Also, listen at every opportunity to the community. Go on Facebook, Instagram, and now you're saying TikTok, I might have to start doing that. Even ask them direct, what do they want us to sell? Do they want us to do this? Do they want us to do that? And then if it seems like a good idea, then I'll stock it. I mean, it's not going to cost that much money to just get a couple of bits in. I always have daily updates on my Facebook, not always daily, but just try and keep it personal with the community. I'd say local is definitely key to going on this. My next bit of advice is don't be afraid to be different. In the first lockdown, everyone was closing because they just didn't know what to do. This wasn't an option for me. I was a single parent with kids. Admittedly, I cried when they said about lockdown. I was in tears. My friend Leah, she just picked me up and she was like, grab a hold of yourself. We can do this. We can work out what we can do to stay open. So yeah, we literally got everything COVID safe. Nobody comes in the shop. We've got our own little support bubble. We keep in contact with everyone. So yeah, it's just don't be afraid to be different. Don't follow everybody's rules. As long as you're obviously following the guidelines, be you. And one more thing is don't act like this is going to be over soon. A lot of people are saying, oh yeah, it's going to be over. I won't have to get click and collect. I don't have to get delivery services sorted. I don't see this going away anytime soon. So why not push your business as much as you can in this pandemic and make it, if not better than before? And our shop is proof of that. You can push your business and make it better.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Vicky. We've actually got a few questions for you. Okay. So Jill Pina would like to know, what are your working hours and what else have you put on your menu?
So I used to do 7 days a week. We used to do every lunchtime and every evening till 9 o'clock at night. Through lockdown, I do now 6 days a week, 5 till 8. So I'm reduced my hours and yet I'm taking more. Things I've put on the menu, like I said, ice cream, battered chips, homemade onion rings, pizza, a lot of the gluten-free. It's mainly gluten-free that I put on. We've got our own gluten-free curry sauce, gluten-free gravy, which we use as a general gravy anyway, so everyone can have it. And obviously the Christmas menu that just happened, we did mince pies, battered Bakewell tarts. They were really nice. Pigs in blankets, all that kind of stuff. Just add whatever you feel like you want to pop in a fryer and see if it works.
Is it quite difficult to manage the gluten-free stuff separate from the other?
No, not really. I'm quite lucky. I've got a really big range. It's a 5-pan range, and I use 2 for blanching, 1 for finishing my chips. Now, I never ever cook any fish products or anything in that, so my chips are all gluten-free. We do say there might be splashes of oils and stuff like that, but no one's ever really had a problem. But my fryer for the gluten-free is kept where I prep, so it's on the other side of the kitchen. Separate utensils, separate boxes, and so yeah, it's quite easy to do that, and it's definitely made our name around here for having a massive gluten-free range.
Are you planning to open shop number 2?
No. The amount of people that have said that, no, 1 is enough. To me, my shop doesn't run without me or Leah in it. You always have to be around. I've been burnt twice with 2 managers stealing from me, so I would never get anyone else in again.
Oh wow. Quite a good question here. So you've obviously got really good relationships with your local community. Tori's asking, how do you initially create these relationships?
So I'm a very cuddly person. Anyone come in my shop, I give them a hug. They're my dad, they're my sister. Like I said, I treat people like family. I get personal messages from my customers, so they've got my number, and I just keep in contact through Facebook mainly. And sometimes you get like an email come through, or someone's ordered, and then you just click on send a message to them. You just say, hey, how are you doing? And just keep in contact with everyone. But it's just mainly through Facebook or through emails.
And have you noticed any changes? Hannah Brand is asking, this month, Veganuary, have you got any veggie options on your menu?
Yeah, we've always got veggie options. We've got the veggie burger and a cheese onion pie, but vegetarian's not big where we are, that I know of. It might be something we could look at in the future, but we do have quite a lot of vegetarian stuff anyway, like the spring rolls are vegetarian that we use as well. So there is quite a few products on there.
Helen Edmonds from Fry Magazine would like to know, do you think the sales increase you achieved is sustainable?
I hope so, because we've now got our name around the local area. We deliver to quite at least half an hour away. We've taken off our delivery charge. We've reduced the minimum delivery just so it helps people, because not a lot of people have got money at the moment. So yeah, I hope it will stay like that, if not get bigger, because we've always got something in the pipeline. I'm sure Leah will give me a call next week and be like, we should do this. And I'm like, okay. So there'll definitely be more
actually, Vic.
She's here.
Sorry, I am here in the background. I just want to say that we were very, very lucky that we had our deliveries in place 3 weeks before that first lockdown. We were the only fish and chip shop in a 5-mile radius that was delivering, and we were the only one that was open. So we were very lucky that we hit it with the app. We didn't even get a chance to launch properly. And like Vicky said, with the taxis, we had everybody insured fully, whereas a lot of people didn't. So we flew. And once you've got an app, that's all you need, because you're just going to go straight to the app and you're going to deliver it. So we were very, very lucky that we got the monopoly on that first lockdown. And it has dropped slightly, but it has sustained at a much higher level than what we were doing prior to COVID. So all good.
Thank you for that. Would you mind turning your camera on? Is that okay?
Oh no, I've just got out the shower because I'm running everything this morning. So I look a complete mess.
No, absolutely no problem. A question from Sarah Heward for you, Vicky. Do you know roughly what percentage of your sales are gluten-free?
Oh goodness, I would say about half.
Wow, that is high.
Because as soon as we put the ad on for the pizzas, the only questions we had was, is there gluten-free? Is there gluten-free? Which obviously there is. You can have all the pizzas gluten-free. So yeah, I would say if not half. Yeah.
Final question from Jazz Cowell. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. In October this year, allergens info has to be placed on all food businesses. Do you have any guidance on that?
Yeah, so on our app, you can click on each individual item and it tells you all the allergens on it. So you just have to put in and do it yourself. We also have a big book as well, which you can get from your supplier. If you just ask them to print off and send you in the post or send you an email of all the products that you buy, they'll do it for you.
Brilliant. Vicky, thank you so much for your sessions, full of amazing ideas.
Bye.